thought.
Okay, so I went on this day.
But not for me. With love to lead the way, I've had more clouds of gray than any Russian play could guarantee. I was a fool to fall and get that way. High old lash and all, so like a day.
Ben, are you ready? Good evening, everybody. My name is Shannon Bailey. I'm the Chief Curator here at the World Chess Hall of Fame. And tonight is a special evening for our founders, our staff, our board of directors, our members, our donors, the Central West End, the City of St. Louis, U.S. Chess, and the world of chess. It's special because we all have something in common. We all love and appreciate the history of this game. And we are proud to be part of the movement of its resurgence. Tonight, we celebrate our 5th anniversary in St. Louis with 3 new exhibitions. So 77 years ago, 4 artists rented a summer house in Long Island, and they wanted to play chess, because apparently everyone loves chess. And the house didn't have a chess set, and they could not believe it. So they thought, hey, we're creative people, so let's make a chess set. So Julian Levy, the gallery owner and artist, took his eggshells from that morning and created a chess set. Turned into plaster. We've got the actual prototype here on loan from the Philadelphia Art Museum. Turned it into a chess set. We have that here as well. He decided to gather together 32 or so of his friends who are also artists or interested in that kind of art or chess, or some of them actually hated chess but somehow wanted to participate, and put together an exhibition that winter in December 1944. It was called The Imagery of Chess. And we are surrounded by some of these original pieces and several reproductions of that. Funny that in 1944, a group of people got together by accident and created art and chess together. It's kind of what happened with the World Chess Hall of Fame. And I do want to let you know that everything we do here goes back to that original exhibition. And we are going to do a St. Louis version here in the spring. So I'll be inviting St. Louis and regional artists to create their own artwork that we'll display here. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if you don't know, the World Chess Hall of Fame and the Chess Campus actually came about by just a couple people getting together for dinner one night with Rex and decided they wanted to open up a little chess club. And that was about 10 years ago, and look what we've done. On our second floor, we have our great curator here, Larry List, and he's going to talk about his show, Animal, Vegetable, Mineral, Natural Splendors from the Chess Collection of the Dr. George and Vivian Dean. And he brings together exquisite chess sets, and hopefully you've all been up there to see it. And instead of just showing chess sets, he shows the objects that were used to make the chess set, the tools, so it gives you a complete new educational look at chess sets and chess set collecting. Our third floor show is called Open Files, celebrating 5 years of collecting. If you're new to the institution, the World Chess Hall of Fame existed since the mid-1980s. It's only been in St. Louis, as you know, for 5 years, but a permanent collection came with it when it transferred to St. Louis. We believe, and we're still working on the numbers, that since we've opened up in St. Louis, we've increased the permanent collection at least 10 times. We've received incredible donations from incredible chess set collectors, chess players, chess enthusiasts, and we've acquired a lot of new objects as well. So we thought it was a really fun opportunity to take a little bit of all of the things that we've kind of collected and show them to you in one exhibition. So we've got, our serious chess sets, great photographs, but some really fun and whimsical items as well. And absolutely none of this would be possible without the vision and the generous support of our founders, Dr. Jeannie and Rex Singfield. Give them a round of applause, please. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Jeannie Singfield. She has an incredible passion for music and the Boy Scouts. And Jeannie, we'd love to have you share with everyone how chess has influenced your passion for music and the Scouts. Jeannie Singfield.
5 years ago, raise your hand if you were here for the opening. Okay, well, 5 years ago, just by chance, I got the Boy Scouts of America to approve chess as a merit badge under the thing that I said if they approved it, we could do a launch here in St. Louis for chess. And just by chance, the World Chess Hall of Fame opened at the same time. So those who were here, we had a great time. We had a couple of Boy Scout troops come and play outside with big sticks. We had an astronaut who had played chess in outer space, in which we actually have the board that he played on here at the World Chess Hall of Fame, which is really sort of cool. And we fired up chess. But the chess merit badge fired up me and my scouts. So we have a chess thing called Chess to Go, which is we think it's a piece of art. Maybe you don't. And it's designed so that you can backpack. So it goes up to Philmont in the top of mountains. And it's maybe not as fancy as this, but it's still art. So they're influencing us. And the music is just, you have a space. You have to have music. And they've allowed us to do 2 different wonderful concerts with all original music. One was a sort of electronic art, and the other was it was called the Sound of Chess. So we had videos on chess. So you think chess is just a board? No. Chess is music. Chess is art. Chess is Boy Scouts. But it's been fun. Okay, let me introduce, my job is actually a useful job. My introduction is to introduce Rex. So my lovely husband, you want to come over so I can say nice? And so Rex is the person who is into art. The family joke is that I dream in black and white, so my artistic ability is good. And he also loves music. And so part of the thing of having these monthly things is that he wanted to be able to come and hear great music in a small ensemble. So here is the what we call the godfather of chess. Here we go.
Thank you, Jeannie. Thanks all of you for coming, and especially want to congratulate and celebrate with Shannon and Larry and Emily and all of the staff. What you have done is truly beyond anybody's imagination or expectation. The quality of these exhibitions is truly off the charts. And the quality of the music things, orchestrated by Joy Bray, and the people who do the programming for us, originally Mark Thayer, and now Bjorn Ranheim, cellist for the St. Louis Symphony. Those things are just truly amazing. And the way this happened was about 6 years ago. People from the U.S. Chess Trust, actually a fellow that I've known since my days in Chicago, starting in 1970 when I went up there to go to the University of Chicago and started playing actively in the Chicago Chess Club, and was actually a member of the B team of the University of Chicago. The way that happened is they dropped their standards catastrophically. They said, "We have no standards." I said, "In that case, I can get in." So, so they called and they said the folks down in Miami who were sort of sponsoring and subsidizing the Hall of Fame could no longer do so following the crash, and were we interested? And I said, yes. He said, could we bring it there? I said, how about in a nanosecond? And so it came. We had great efforts going down there, reviewing everything, and it came, and we've added a lot to it. And as Shannon said, a lot of it, fortunately and thankfully, through incredible donations. And as you tour these chess sets, you see that a lot of them are loaned by prestigious institutions like the Philadelphia Art Museum, etc. And so that has been a wonderful thing. Now, a few weeks ago, another wonderful thing happened. What was held in Baku, Azerbaijan, is the Olympics of chess. It's referred to as the Chess Olympiad, and it's held every 2 years. And there were some very strong teams. There were 150 countries that participated. The United States team was coached by none other than I am John Donaldson of the who you will hear from shortly. And it was a good day for the United States. We had some very strong teams, a very strong Russian team, a very strong Ukrainian team, a very strong Chinese team, but our guys emerged with gold. So we will lay this right up here. Feel free to come and take a look at it. Please do not walk off with it. And I understand we will be receiving the trophy that we can display here at the World Chess Hall of Fame. Now, is one we keep and one a traveling trophy, John? Okay, that's wonderful. So the traveling trophy will stay here too, because they're going to keep winning this thing. As long as I got a coach like John Donaldson, there is no problem here. John, thank you very much, and congratulations on those accomplishments. We're really very proud of you. And proud of the team. We have Grandmaster Fabiano Caruana, Grandmaster Ricardo Nakamura, both residents of St. Louis now. Grandmaster Wesley So, who went to Webster College and wants to live in St. Louis. Then Sam Shankland of San Francisco, and Peter Ray Robson of Webster University, so currently in St. Louis too. You know, I think St. Louis should have played in this thing as a separate team. So anyway, thank you all very much for coming. Thank you, Shannon and Joy and Emily, for everything you've done. You've really made this an amazing place. Thank you so much.
Now I'd like to introduce Larry List, who his credentials are long and impressive. Writer, scholar, artist, model maker, curator, very, very talented man. Larry, this is the third exhibition that Larry has curated for us. The first one was our inaugural Dean exhibition. Then he did, hopefully all of you saw it because it was amazing, our John Cage and Glenn Kino exhibition that we did a couple of years ago, where we actually did chess with the candles, the burning boards. If anybody was here, seen pictures, that was awesome. And I also have to point out that I did tell you about this 1944 exhibition that happened in New York, but nobody ever really recorded what had happened. There were some ledgers, there were a couple of photographs, there were a couple of great articles about it. And the Noguchi Museum bought one of his tables that had existed, but they wanted the chess set with it, and they contacted Larry. What year was this, Larry? 2002? 2001, 2002? And said, could you help us recreate this chess set? So this is the Noguchi recreation of the Noguchi board and set. And Larry started working on that, and I'm telling a very quick story that's very long. And he was so inspired by everything that he was researching from this exhibition that at the Noguchi Museum in 2005, they did the Imagery of Chess Revisited that had a lot of the original artwork and then recreations of some of the lost pieces. So this is just, as we said, a taste of it so that we can help inspire our own artists here locally to do it. But he definitely deserves his credit for the work that he did on that. There's an incredible catalog that accompanies that exhibition. It's on sale in Q Boutique, and we have an exhibition copy in here, so come back and check it out. So again, I'm honored to introduce Larry List, who'll give you some remarks about animal, vegetable, mineral.
Hi, Shannon said probably more than I was ever intending to say, but I'd first like to extend congratulations to everyone assembled here, from Dr. George and Vivian Dean, who regret that they couldn't be here tonight, but are looking forward to being here in November when Dr. Dean will be giving a talk about their shared passion in collecting. So I do hope that you'll have the opportunity to meet him in November when they are probably both going to be here. 5 years ago, I was lucky enough to be invited to try to put together an inaugural show, one of the inaugural shows here for the Chess Hall of Fame, drawn from the Dean's collection of over 1,000 rare and beautiful chess sets. And that was predicated on relating chess to history. And we had, I think, a lot of fun with that. And 5 years later, I was delighted to be invited back to present another exhibition drawn from the Dean collection as a celebratory exhibition for this 5th anniversary of the Hall of Fame and the 55th anniversary of George and Vivian Dean as collectors of fine chess sets. So I'm delighted to be here. I say that I live in New York, but I'm always happy when I'm in St. Louis. And that's the truth of it. And so I'm happy to be here sort of and have this opportunity to do this show, and in a way sort of surrounded in this special weird embrace of one of the subjects that rekindled my interest in chess. And as I look at these things and I spend time here at the Hall of Fame, I remember sort of the director of another museum saying to me, "Oh, but who would ever be interested in chess as art?" Well, I only wish that they'd pay a visit to St. Louis now. And so it's with great delight that I see this show, and great delight that we present the show upstairs. Dr. Dean, now 85, still a practicing physician and scientist as well. When we put our heads together about how do we go about finding a new angle or a new reason for presenting these chess sets. And so the scientist in him pointed out that Carl Linnaeus, also a scientist and physician, during the Enlightenment, attempted a grand project, which was classifying all of the natural kingdom according to either animal, vegetable, or mineral kingdoms. And so we sat there at the dean's house and we started going through chess sets and putting them animal column, vegetable column, mineral column, either animals as the subject or the material from which the sets were made. And of these wonderful 1,000 chess sets, we arrived at a different yet very intriguing sort of ensemble, and that's what we're presenting upstairs. And then we thought about the Enlightenment a little bit more, and another major figure, Denis Diderot, at the same time, his grand ambition was to classify all of human knowledge. These guys were ambitious guys. They're kind of like Rex. They want to organize and expand upon things for people in a big way. And so he published this encyclopedia that he called the Dictionary of the Arts, the Sciences, and the Crafts. And so we said, well, what if we present the chess sets as the art? What if we present the natural materials from which they're made? And then what, as far as craft goes, what if we present sort of examples of the kind of tools or processes that the people actually use to make these gorgeous, gorgeous things? And being someone who's made a few things in my day, I always believe that sort of like understanding the processes by which things are made only magnifies one's appreciation of them. And that's my hope for this show. And otherwise, well, I'll have to just start over again. But I appreciate having the opportunity to be a part of the extended family here, and the opportunity to show these wonderful things, and I hope that everybody can enjoy them. Thanks so much.
Next, again, it's an honor to introduce Emily Allred, who is our assistant curator. She's been here for 3 years, and she is just an absolute joy to work with. She's so intelligent, so creative, and has just really embraced the chess and art movement. She came highly recommended by our board chairman, Andrew Walker, who now works at the Amon Carter but had worked at SLAM, so we're so grateful that he helped lead her here. She is the co-curator of Open Files on the 3rd floor, but did the lion's share of the work, and she definitely deserves to talk about this exhibition. So here's Emily.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Jeannie and Rex Sinkfield, because without their all of their generosity, our shows wouldn't be possible. So Open Files came about as we wanted to kind of look at our past 5 years and kind of see how our collection reflected our own mission. So we pulled out all of the artifacts that we've received in 5 years. We filled a room probably 5 times, and we went through everything, separating things into piles of, both by category, but, priority and including them in the show. And so ultimately we decided to include everything from the humble, like chess caricatures, pop culture chess sets, to the sublime, you might say, manuscripts created by the game's top players, Emmanuel Lasker, Boris Spassky. We have Bobby Fischer's contract from the Piatigorsky Cup, and we also have a taste of local history through artifacts related to the Sinkfield Cup, which in some ways is a continuation of the vision of that first tournament. So not only are we telling a story through the show about, I guess, our collections, but also in a way we're honoring a lot of the people who make our jobs really wonderful. We have had many, many donors. Only a few of them are represented in this show. Among them are the Chess Club and Scholastic Center of St. Louis, which is our sister organization. And they make our jobs really exciting because they donate artifacts to us from all of the elite competitions that they hold, from the Sinkfield Cup to the U.S. Championships, U.S. Women's Championships, matches between the game's top players. We also have donors that include Raquel Brown, who is the wife of the late Walter Brown. He is a 6-time U.S. chess champion, and his archive, along with that of Jacqueline Piatigorsky, who's a 2013 inductee to the Hall of Fame, really elevated our collection. Some of the other donors who are represented in the show are Kathy Sella, Bud and Marlene Dale, David DeLucia, Jeannie Lear, Larry List, Arnold Garcia, the House of Staunton, Heartwood Inc., Joram Piatigorsky, and International Master John Donaldson, who will be speaking in a few moments. And I hope that you enjoy the show, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you guys.
Our last friend to speak tonight is International Master John Donaldson, who is just a great friend to the Hall of Fame. He finds just incredible objects to donate to our institution. He is an encyclopedia of chess history. We go to him for pretty much every exhibition we do for consulting and fact-checking. So he's just amazing, and as it was noted, he was the coach of this year's Olympiad team, which I think was mentioned that they hadn't won since 1976, correct? So quite a feat. So, ladies and gentlemen, John Donaldson.
I was first able to visit the World Chess Hall of Fame when it was based, okay, when it started off, it was in New Windsor in New York. It was in the basement of the headquarters of the U.S. Chess Federation, and it was a nice start, but it was a modest beginning. And I followed the U.S. Chess Hall of Fame to Washington, D.C., and then later to Miami, visiting it in both locations. But I never imagined that what you see now is what you would get. It's just a quantum leap by far, and I think the staff of the World Chess Hall of Fame really deserves a huge round of applause for what they've been able to do here, and not only just assembling all these different items, but also making sense of them. And I'd also like to say that my fellow members of the team in Baku that won the gold medal for the United States, Fabiano, Hikaru, Wesley, Sam, and Ray, and Alex Lenderman is the coach, they would like to say thanks. I mean, to all of you that supported us. I don't know how many of you are strong in geography, but when you're in Azerbaijan and you realize that Iran is to your south, Russia is to your north, you've got a country, Azerbaijan, that's in semi-war with Armenia, and you also have Afghanistan about a 2-hour plane ride away. It's nice to have friendly support. So thank you very much for coming, and once again, I'd like to thank the staff of the World Chess Hall of Fame for putting this event on.
Again, come up and see the medal afterwards. But thank you all again for coming and celebrating with us tonight. Special thanks to my team, especially Nick, Maggie, Paige, Emily, Matt, Brian, Laura, Lauren, Tony, Elaine, Linda, Tiffany, Sailor, Kemi, Liza, Mark, Catherine, Tammy, Rob. They all deserve it. Our team of gallery attendants, and especially our leader, our General Manager, Joy Bray, who oversees the whole chess campus. We couldn't do it without her support. Again, we can't do any of this without the vision and support of our founders and donors. And lastly, thanks to all of you for attending tonight. We hope all of you are having an amazing experience. I love seeing all of the familiar faces, and I love more seeing some of the new faces. So keep coming back. We've got entertainment going on the patio, across the street at Kingside Diner, at the Chess Club, upstairs in the attic. Grandmaster Ben Feingold is going to be doing a lecture around 7:30. Special thanks to Tony Rich, who designed a supersized chess cupcake sculpture thing over at Kingside. So go get some cupcakes courtesy of the Cup Before You Leave. And we hope to see you all back for our programming. And again, in 5 years when we do this again for our 10th celebration. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Okay, and us?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you want to Rex,
Oh.
put this on.
Oh my God, that would be sacrilege.
Thank you all so much. Folks, for Miss Jubilee, it's great to see you all here tonight. Up